I love this building. Every bit of it. I loved it from the very first moment I entered the building. The only thing I was unhappy about were the carpets. They were worn out, with a lot of holes, very undignified. And I thought, my God, such a beautiful building, such a fantastic organization, such awful carpets.
I remember the first 3 golden rules that Mr. Rentoul told me when he accepted me for the job. Everywhere where you put a comma, you put a full stop now because this is radio. The second one, whatever your political beliefs, leave them outside on the hanger with your coat when you come into the studio. And the third one, don't sit down at a clean table in the canteen because it's just been wiped with a smelly rag.
I still remember, after listening to the BBC, my dad would remind me, don't tell anybody. You'd be in deep trouble. You could be put in jail.
I don't know whether it's just the physical building, the bricks and mortar of Bush House, or the fact that we have a sort of United Nations of broadcasting here, but I think maybe it's a bit of both. It's not a bespoke broadcasting centre, and that's part of its charm. It's a rabbit warren of corridors and crazy modifications and things, and that's part of what makes it special, I think.
I once heard Bush House in the Cold War years described as a sort of a place with various East Europeans and Russians walking down the corridors, smoking rank cigarettes and muttering to each other conspiratorially. But there wasn't really that much to spy on because we were in the business of broadcasting.
There's this sense that time pulses through the entire building. All the programs in all the different languages ticking on and off to the exact second, all based on a Greenwich Mean Time. When I think of the Peeps, always, I think of Bush House.
I was saying to colleagues that, you know, where the marble floors are slightly dented, that was my feet that did that, you know, over the years. We've lived through so much change in this building and so much, you know, so much history that it's going to be sad. It's going to be sad, and I hope she gets a proper send-off, this building.
It was more than just a building. I think it was an organism in itself. I mean, every day the night shift would melt away as the sun came up. We'd often go and have cigarettes on the roof and watch the buildings of the Thames slowly become lit with the morning sun. The building would then stir into action as the first editors came in, the editorial meetings happened, the news agenda was set. It really had a life of its own.
To be able to tune in to something like the World Service and hear this stuff coming out at you and giving you a shape to the world around you is it's unbelievable. It's like bringing colour into a dark room.